Hi,
Hi,
guys.
everyone. Hi.
Okay, we're gonna be waiting for a couple of minutes to let everyone join. And we're gonna be starting at 05, more or less. Hi, Lana.
Hi, everyone.
Hi there. We need like an icebreaker or something. Like these 5 minutes are always like should we play
Yeah,
like
that's true.
the August Taylor Swift, like August Lead the Way? It's like in the right September. Like how is the right September?
Morning, everybody.
Hey, Charles.
Hey, how are you?
A little bit late, but I'm here.
Okay.
Hi, everyone.
Right on
Hi,
time, all of you. Okay, it's 20 of us already. So yeah, maybe let's just get started. Okay, so GoodBuilders program, demo day 4. That we just entered on 5th epoch. We have 2 more epochs left. And we're gonna be doing the same structure as the past demo days. We're gonna be doing a little introduction, then project will be presenting. This will be the most part of this meeting, as you know. You will still have 4 or 5 minutes for presenting, and then a little bit of time for Q&A or feedbacks that anyone wants to give. And then we're gonna have like a 5 minutes open mic if that's possible. And a quick wrap up. And we would like to fit that in 1 hour 30 maximum. So we're gonna try to speed up a little bit. As you know, GoodBuilders program, it's a GoodBuilders, GoodDollar, sorry, program in collaboration with KarmaGap, FlowState, Superfluid, and Celo Public Goods. And the main goal would be facilitate new builders to build on top of GoodDollar, bringing new mechanisms, tools, or integrations to benefit the whole community and make the ecosystem stronger. As you know, there's 70K USD and 50K in Celo that are being streamed during these 3 months that the program lasts. We already passed the 2 first months. We still have 1 more month left, but it is still a good moment to apply if you haven't yet, as the streams are increasing. So if you're still thinking about it, it's a good moment. Applications are still on running and being reviewed. So if you have any questions, we're going to be dropping links of the program in the chat, and also feel free to drop your questions there as well. And demo days, you already know a little bit how it works. This is a space for you to share your progress based on KarmaGap. We want to see how are you doing with your milestones. Also, this is a place for you to connect with other projects and mentors and share your experience and ask questions, get feedback, as you already know. and it's a chance for all of you and the community to discover the grantees, the progress you are doing, and how the program is progressing before voting on flow state. As for this fourth demo day, we will have 2 new joiners, and we will be introducing them at the beginning, so you all know them. As I was mentioning, Karma Gap would be like very important in this meeting. So please, we want just to remember that keeping your Karma Gap updated every few days is very important. So that would be our way to track progress and follow up on your projects. And as you know, flow state is live, so you can apply and also cast your votes anytime on the epoch. As I explained before, we're gonna have 4 or 5 minutes for presenting. Here we would like to see, as usual, a short intro, a demo on what's new, and we would like to see your milestones status on Karma Gap. Also, next steps and what's ahead these next 2 weeks. It would be nice to hear. After that, we're gonna have these 2-3 minutes for the Q&A. So let's see if Spinach or Flow State are in the room and want to take over, as they are on their first demo day. Lana, you want to go first?
Yeah, I can go for Spinach. Okay.
Thank you. Please. I'm going to be counting the time, and I will stop you. I will let you know at 4 minutes, so you can wrap up a little bit.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I'll just show you the product because it's the first time, and then I'll show you our Karma Gap milestones. But essentially, the idea behind Spinach is that most liquidity incentives tend to go to end users. So you see things like Merkle and things like that. And it's not very often that projects themselves actually have incentives for helping drive liquidity and or create integrations that then lock some amount of TVL of the token. And so that's where Spinach comes into play. It's essentially a take on like retro funding, but for builders and projects based on how much liquidity and usage they can generate around the incentivized token. So here you can see we've got the GoodDollar campaign. So essentially GoodDollar gives out $3,000 a month to builders on Celo, and they're now distributing their funding via Spinach. And so you can kind of see here, GoodDollar is actually one of the projects receiving funding, which is kind of fun. In these competitions. And so right now we have 11. Nature's in here too, but for some reason their data was failing today, so it's not showing up. But it's a really great way for tokens or chains to essentially help drive stickier liquidity, TVL, and integrations and usage of their token. So we've got like a GoodDollar campaign on Celo, we've got a regen campaign on Celo, and part of this we actually just put up the G on Celo. So it's not live yet because we're going to be using a portion of the rewards that we received through the GoodBuilders program, and we're going to use those to actually run a Spinach competition in October. So right now we're essentially just collecting the rewards. We're going to figure out around how much do we have at the end of the month, and then we'll be able to set up a real daily rewards amount there, because right now that's just pending. You can kind of see here, there's been a bunch of completed competitions. So we've been running since June, and since June, we've actually been able to distribute over $15,000 to builders on Celo, which is really exciting. And we're also looking to launch shortly on Stellar, as well as Arbitrum. So there might be some projects who are in the builders program that maybe you're also on other chains, and so you might want to participate. And then obviously, keep your eyes out for when we actually do launch the G round, because pretty much most builders in this group probably would actually qualify. So again, it's like if you are creating a pair, but for you guys, it would be more like if you're have integrated G and you're holding a certain amount of G in your app, then essentially every single day payouts are distributed based on locked liquidity. And so payouts go out daily. And so it makes it like very easy and fluid for projects to kind of use. So you can kind of see here that the regen team got $40 yesterday. GoodDollar actually got 24, and so this just started in September, so they've got 91. But if we actually go back, you can see that in July, GoodDollar, oh, it didn't calculate properly, but GoodDollar probably got closer to this. So here in like 1 month, GoodDollar actually made about probably $1,500 US through a Spinach competition that it was participating in, which is kind of cool. So I'll stop sharing this and I'll just share my Karma Gap now, quick. So since we're a newer project, most of the things I just shared are what our milestones are. But for the GoodDollar Builder program, part of what our goal was to actually integrate G as a payout token. So to start, we're going to be running it as its like own round on Celo. But what we would be able to do in the future is if GoodDollar, oh, are you guys able to see my screen right now?
Nope.
No, it's not showing. Okay, I'll try that again. And now, okay, you're able to see it now? No, it's still weird. Okay, I can see it. Okay. So right now we've got it where we have, again, we've set it up so that we'll run a campaign with G and funding will go to builders. But the other cool thing would be is essentially if GoodDollar or any other project wanted to combo with another project, we can actually distribute 2 tokens at once. So it could be like a GoodDollar and Celo token, technically, and GoodDollar and regen. Like we could do campaigns where there's multiple payout tokens and rewards. But to start for the GoodDollar one, we'll start with just G. So that was our first milestone. And then our second one was just, again, since we just launched, it's just going live to mainnet. I think that was the buzzer.
Okay, time is running.
Okay, that's pretty much it.
Okay, perfect. Just in time. Okay, thank you, Lana. If there's anyone that wants to jump in, Pels, you wanna say something?
I think Hadar has something to say.
Okay, then Hadar, please.
Yeah, we have time. We're doing questions now or at the end?
We're gonna have like 2 minutes now for each project, and then we're gonna have like an extra Q&A,
Okay.
like general.
So, Lana, I have 2 questions. One is basically the rewards that you are doing. It's targeted like to other projects that also have a token, right? That they would have to pair their token with our token. Right.
So it can be projects pairing their token with your token, but it could also be, as an example with Ubeswap, they could create a farm around G. And so they don't necessarily have to pair it with Ube. They could just pair it with whatever you want, but then create a farm around it. For other projects, it could be, you know, if you're a savings app, you're like locking G as like a savings token in the app. So it incentivizes both the like liquidity, which if you have a token, just pairing it is the easiest. But if you're a dApp, it also incentivizes integrating and then driving TVL of that token and usage of that token. So it essentially allows different kinds of projects to participate.
Okay, cool. So there will be instructions for the projects how to, in different ways they can participate.
Yeah, when it's live, they'll just fill out a form and then I message them, get their logo, that kind of stuff. And then within 2 to 3 days, they'll be live on the campaign.
And you said that it creates more sticky liquidity. Do you have any statistics like for past competitions, if it's really like what's the effect of that once the campaign maybe ends or something like that?
Yeah, so an example would be with GoodDollar. When we first launched it in June, I think there was like 38K of liquidity that it was tracking. And then by about a month and a half later, it was just under 200K. And right now, it's not pulling Nature's, which is actually like 50K, because something's wrong, failing with Dex Scanner right now. But even though we were running extra incentive, so they're essentially getting GoodDollar and Celo, and it definitely pushed up the amount of locked liquidity. Even when the Celo rewards left, the liquidity didn't drop, and it's been 2 months now, and the liquidity has stayed around the 180 range. And the idea being is because this is incentivizing projects that are already building in the same ecosystem as you, versus incentivizing yield farmers that kind of will take all of their liquidity out the second incentives dry, and they'll even bridge it out of the whole ecosystem.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let's go for the next one then. Maybe Graven, you wanna go next?
I don't know if Haroon wants to be online or has a question.
Yeah, I was actually just going to add to Lana's point. We've been working with GoodDollar since, I don't know, for more than a year now. But once we launched the campaign on Spinach, the first few months, it was very stale. We had around $10,000 liquidity only. And, the rewards increased and decreased and stuff like that. But now we're at 27,000 GoodDollars. And, it keeps rising regardless of the rewards, changing day by day or, week by week. So I think running a long-term competition in such sense and programming it in a way that, it lasts for a while is really effective at the end.
Thanks. We love Ubeswap, so thank you.
Should I present? Because I'm kind of in a car and pulled over, so it would be great if I could kind of do my turn.
Okay, please go ahead.
Awesome, great. Well, it's great to see all of you. So hi again, I'm Haroon from Ubeswap, and we've been working closely with GoodDollar for some time now. Just to recap, we launched a staking program, we launched a farm, we are doing monthly UBI pool contributions, and 2 weeks ago I also mentioned that we did our GoodDollar savings widget, and we shared it on GitHub. We had some comments from Lewis talking about separating the savings widget and savings SDK into two, so that it would be easier for projects to integrate it. As of yesterday, we just finished that. Let me try to share my screen. So yeah, currently we have two separate SDKs for it. One, the SDK, the other is for the UI, and the others is for the widget. And we also did the whatever was missing. So we're good to merge it right now. So if we get a final approval, we're fine. And then if we get the green light there, we're also going to implement GoodDollar into Ube Starter, which is a launchpad for new projects. GoodDollar will be a way of funding and also a way of liquidity creation. So this would also actually tie in with projects that's not tokenized yet, but if they are willing to tokenize and if they launch from Ube Starter, they could actually have their liquidity with GoodDollar and be eligible for the Spinach campaign rewards as well. So actually, everything ties in nicely in that sense. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We have done some marketing. We did an introductory post about GoodDollar, what it does, and how users can be active. They could stake and farm. With the staking, especially with the widget going live on GoodDollar app as well, I think we're gonna hit some really high numbers. So the next 2 weeks to a month would be really important to watch. I believe we passed 50 users, but it's been slow over there. Not too many of a TVL, but more like smaller wallets staking. So yeah, hopefully in 2 weeks we'll have the final Karma Gap milestone, which is the Ube starter implementation done, and we'll try to push up the numbers.
Okay, thank you. Great. We still have extra time. If anyone wants to jump in and give their feedback or questions, now's the time.
No questions. Just appreciate you having to pull over
Yeah.
the car and still make it here. So thank you.
Yeah.
The traffic in Istanbul is crazy. I had to pull over or I wouldn't get.
Well, appreciate the effort. Thanks for your work.
No worries. And for the mentors, would really appreciate your votes. We've gone down a lot in terms of the total votes, so we would appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, that presentation for sure deserved that. Okay, then maybe Graven, if you want to go next, as you were newbie in the session.
Yeah.
Thanks, Aaron.
Newbie, but I've been here the whole time.
Yeah, I know.
Our
Not
first
really
time presenting. Let me make sure I select the right windows. So yeah, I don't think I need to demo the voting interface because that's what we've been using, obviously. So I'm Graven, I work at Flow State, and basically we build like streaming funding allocation mechanisms or continuous funding mechanisms. We're using what's called a flow council here, but we have other strategies and we're continuing to develop those. Our goal is to try to get more people to use these continuous funding mechanisms to make sure that funding is actually getting where it's most impactful. So we have a whole bunch of different rounds running right now. Streaming quadratic funding was kind of the first thing that started us, and we've been working a lot with Octave on that. So we have a round that's running there. It's actually going to be retired soon and launch a new one. Then we have some other things called flow guilds and all the other tools. All of those are available on Celo and can use GoodDollar, but I will just quick kind of flash what we're doing with flow councils kind of behind the scenes, hopefully for more of these rounds to launch and to support GoodDollar into the future. This interface here is for voting. I recognize pretty ugly. We're going to be doing some design stuff around that to update kind of our look and feel. But the main thing, I guess, for this program is updating the contracts that were used for GoodDollar. We've obviously been in communication with the team, actively getting feedback about what works, what's not, what could be better. And as grantees, we also would love to hear your feedback. The main things that are going into our V2 of these flow councils is one is a proper integration of Karma Gap. We kind of did a manual thing behind. When we launched this, we were using Gitcoin's Allo protocol registry. That is dead and gone. We're keeping our own little index up and running. So we need to update our project registry. We'll be doing that kind of a Web 2 style, but integrated strongly with Karma Gap. So have something set up with Mahesh for tomorrow, actually. And then on the voting side, the contracts themselves, we've learned a lot as you do and iterate through these. It's kind of tough to pull data and stats just because of how we structured the events, or maybe not enough events emitted within the contract. So that's a big part of V2 is being able to have a dashboard and kind of the underlying infrastructure to support that. We're also looking at updating and enabling a quadratic voting strategy. So we're using this straight voting where every vote is worth 1. In quadratic voting, basically, if you want to load up on one recipient, each incremental vote costs exponentially more, or like power a lot more. And then also looking at different ways to kind of cap funding. If that was a feature, we're basically kind of creating some of the tools that Bitcoin, when they left the market with GrantStack, we're kind of replacing those. And so yeah, I guess one of the expectations is being able to put a cap on how much a grantee can earn to make sure that it gets spread around. That's a little trickier with streaming funding amounts, but we think we have a solution there. And then I'll just show quickly behind the scenes. This tool is actually for like launching flow consoles. You can create one with no code, and it comes with like the UI out of the box. So pretty easy to set up like your distribution, your permissions, add your voters. We are going to be adding more automations both for adding voters and then I guess like the managing recipients is that Karma Gap integration. So I won't go through and launch that. I will just call out that as of today, we have 244 funders that are adding to the pool. So this isn't just GoodDollar funding the grantees. And that's also another thing we really want to emphasize is having communities grow the pie. And so good to see that number up there. And the stat isn't shown on this page, but we have 981 voters have participated in this round. And I think that's be great to cross 1,000, a nice round number. I think we'll do that this epoch.
Okay. Right on time. Okay, great. Thank you. Anyone wants to jump in for your questions?
Looks like there was one. Andrew.
Andrew, you wanna ask something, or you just want to present next?
Present next. Good job, Graven.
Thanks, y'all. For real.
Okay, thank you, Graven, for your presentation. Great.
I'm just gonna say, feedback, please send it in Telegram. I'm in the GoodBuilders channel, or you can DM me any questions, or if any of the streaming stuff is interesting for your project, would love to chat. I guess I am a mentor in this program too, and basically a Superfluid super fan. So if there's anything that you're interested in with Superfluid, hit me up. I guess we do have some collabs coming with gardens and much more with GoodDollar. So thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. Yeah, Andrew, you wanna go next?
Yeah. Yes. Hi, guys.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi. Let me share my screen. So for people who are joining me for the first time, my name is Andrew, and I'm part of Canvassing. So Canvassing is a microtasks platform that rewards participants in tokens. And for newbies, so we are a team. We're a Kenyan designer developer duo, and the problem we're solving is connecting researchers with verified African participants. So people who want to do surveys or give opinions on products when they're being built, UX, and that kind of information. So we have been building since last year, but two products are relevant to the GoodBuilders program, which is Packs, our Android app, where people do surveys, and then the Good Packs app, which is our platform where we're implementing engagement rewards. And our Android app is simple. It's just a simple social login, and then we require someone to have a verified GoodDollar wallet address that they use as a withdrawal method, and then they can come and claim achievements. So for example, when someone completes a task, they have a task starter achievement for 100 GoodDollar token and such. So I think since we started, we have got over 500 plus users, so complete participants, people who have completed face verification and given us some important demographic information as we connect researchers with participants. And when we started, we just integrated GoodDollar token and the GoodDollar Identity SDK, but from the last technical session, we got our way to integrate engagement rewards. And since that last time, we deployed the Good Packs app, and we now have engagement rewards in development. I think we are the only among the two. So we have on the dev engagement rewards platform, we managed to register and approve our app, and we've tested with 2 people. So the integration is looking good. And then we also completed our third task with GoodDollar as incentive. So this is basically how maybe someone who is using MiniPay can claim from our platform. So right now we have just a simple UI with a simple claim rewards button. And then they just go through, they sign a message, and then they make that non-contract app claim, and they're able to get rewards from our app. So I think this will be useful as we continue to grow to 2K users and above. So I think where we're headed is we now want to take engagement rewards to production. And then we also improve the UI, like you've seen. It's just a simple MVP. We're trying to see how we can implement it, and of course to keep growing our Packs users. We are seeing people who are just coming into the app and just verifying their wallet address, so using this particular code. And last time it was 20, now we have 36, and I think that number has the potential to grow. Yeah, thanks guys. Can always follow us on the canvassing, give us your votes as we continue to connect researchers with African verified participants. Thanks so much.
Okay, thanks to you.
Yeah.
Again, if anyone wants to jump in and make their questions.
I have a question. So it's great to see that you integrate like the engagement rewards. I am like wondering what are your next steps to actually attract users, and how can we possibly support you on that?
So I think the way we used to get especially to 500 users is we ran an ambassadorship program. So we plan to do that. So we just get people from our early adopters, and then we ask them to bring people into the platform, and then we show them how to navigate. So maybe tell people to go to Good Wallets, do this, do that. So that's how we're planning to grow those numbers.
Yeah, no, I was like, if you have like a campaign in place just to make sure that we can also help amplify as well, so you're successful in attracting users.
Thanks so much.
What about the surveys or research that do you have any demand for that, or how are you going to get more researchers doing surveys on your platform?
So I think so far we've had 3 paid researchers, and the way to create demand, I think we've been asking the developer relations team at Celo to connect us to many projects. So they are introducing us to many projects. So that is the way we are getting like the attention of like founders, etc. That's how we've been able to get our first 3. So through that network, we're able to open those conversations, and we've gotten some good feedback. We have some researchers in the pipeline, and yeah, I think hopefully if we keep, because it's a matter of selling. So if you sell well, then you can close, you can get researchers to do service.
Okay, let's continue then. I think Pales, you're next on the line.
Hey guys, good morning. How are you?
Very good. Looking forward to hear about you.
Okay, so my name is Thales. I'm a data analyst. I'm working on the GoodDollar Doom dashboards. The past couple weeks, I was doing work on the main dashboard, so I focused more on high level metrics. So on the UBI and claim dashboard, I added the count. This is lifetime, okay? Lifetime on Celo, the total amount of unique claimers, the total count of unique claim events. So we had 595,000 users claiming 29 million times, and they got 1.3 billion good dollars distributed as UBI. Those 3 visualizations, they're new, they were not there. Everything else is still there, haven't changed. On the Celo dashboard, I also added lifetime metrics. This is for peer-to-peer transactions. So these are only transactions that are initiated by actual users and not contracts. We have lifetime 800,000 peer-to-peer transactions. We have transferred on those 800,000 transactions. We have transferred 2.5 billion good dollars. And those transactions were made by 174,000 unique users. This is lifetime and only for Celo, okay? That's it for the Celo chain activity dashboard. The users dashboard, I also added new visualizations. So this is, I did kind of a whale watch query that shows me how many people are on the total 1% of, this is for balance, top 1% of 5%, top 10%, and the remaining 90%. From this, we can derive, this is how many good dollars you need to have in balance so you can be on the top 1% of holders. That's 28,000 good dollars. If you hold 28,000 good dollars or more, you're in the top 1% of good dollar holders by balance. Same for 5%, same for 10%. I also divided the supply, the supply of good dollars. 13% of the supply are in the hands of users and not contracts. And this is just the breakdown. Top 1% of users hold 6%, top 5% hold 3%, top 10, bottom 90%. The bottom 90% of users, they hold 2.5% of all the good dollar token supply. The tokenomics dashboard also got new visualizations. This is the breakdown. The 13% of users that hold the total supply, and 86% of the total supply is held on contracts. And this is the breakdown of total. This here on the tokenomics, it counts everybody, users and contracts. Top 1% have 92%, because that's the contracts. The contracts hold a lot of balance. And in the DAO dashboard, I haven't made any changes on the past couple weeks. So those are the changes that have been made in the past couple weeks. And I can take any questions if you guys have anything.
Yeah, so this supply is only on Celo, right?
Correct. This is Celo supply only. All of Dune dashboards that I'm working on currently, they are exclusively Celo data. We do not have Fuse data indexed by Dune. So right now, we cannot do those visualizations on Fuse. For Fuse, I'm using Subgraph for the main dashboard. I'm querying through Subgraph, but I just don't have a nice way to show other than going onto Looker Studio and populating a spreadsheet, just like we have the main dashboard. It's a bit more work. It's doable, it can be done, but for the scope of this project, I also didn't mention the Builders Impact dashboard, just because it's not in the scope of this specific project. But yeah, for the scope of this project, no, there's no Fuse data, Celo only.
Nice.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
How
Thank
do
you,
you
Tate.
calculate when you said there is 1% and there is top 5%, the top 5% doesn't include that 1%?
It does. It does not, I'm sorry. So you have a bucket for the 1%, a bucket for the 5%, a bucket for the 10, and a bucket for the remaining 90%. They're all separate buckets. They don't include each other.
Okay, because usually they do include each other. Basically.
We can do it this way if you prefer. We can do it this way.
I think that's just like the standard
sure
way.
Okay, we can do that.
Any other?
Yeah, we also need to think about when you're saying contracts are holding it. Like there is one contract which is the bridge. I don't know if we should include that.
Well, the reason is because I'm trying to be holistic about it. I'm trying to do the whole ecosystem, right? So if we see here on the where's the users, we can see the contracts. The contracts, they have the biggest amount of
I understand. But for example, let's say the bridge has a lot of tokens, but it actually means that these tokens are held on other chains. But okay.
Well, I think like maybe it will make sense of like, okay, this is the total supply that's been on Celo, right? That's the total supply that has been distributed through UBI. That's the total supply that it's on contracts, because the way that the reserve also works is like every good dollar that it's on Celo, it has been minting from the reserve, right?
So the total balance overall, 9.3 billion, that it's on contracts is 8 billion.
Yeah, but that's because we're also like using the dollars for like the builders program, for example, right? Or like, and that's like bigger amounts that it has been distribution. But yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Let's go ahead then. I'd like Yoni to go next, as he asked before he needs to run. So please, Yoni with Pesias Kitchen, do you want to present?
Yes, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Yoni from Pesias Kitchen. We're a nonprofit organization focused on food rescue, trying to help people who are experiencing food insecurity, malnutrition, and sometimes hunger, chronic hunger. What we're building here is actually a platform that our users or participants, volunteers or recipients can integrate with and actually kind of log in their participation in the activity of food rescue or food distribution. We're doing it by creating a unique QR code, and at the distribution site, the participants, volunteers, and recipients scan it, and therefore actually proving that they're at the point doing the activity. What we're trying to achieve here actually are two main things. One is we want to reward the people on the ground that are doing the good work, whether it's a volunteer or a recipient in food rescue and food distribution. We hope that will lead to encourage others to participate. We want to reward them with GoodDollars and an NFT, an appreciation NFT. Again, we see our volunteers and recipients both as food rescue heroes, as the same, because they're all participating and contributing to reduce food waste. And the next thing that we're trying to achieve is we're trying to actually reward the organization that is overtaking the activity. And when I say reward an organization, a nonprofit organization, it's actually donating to, and those donations actually help fund the activity. And by that, we hope to kind of create a sustainable situation here where one can do an activity and actually fund it through its users participating in the system that we're building. So I maybe kind of see it like a crowdfunding platform but instead of donating or contributing to an idea or just a presented action, we're actually donating to the activity itself as it progresses. So like one could maybe donate $100, but he would know that those $100 would be distributed upon the activity of the participants, where some would go to the participants themselves and some would go to the organization. So we're at a point where we have built a system. We are looking into different ways on how our participants are going to integrate with the system. One way is through GoodDollar and opening a wallet and onboarding, the preferable way and the recommended way, and receive all the benefits that GoodDollar is bringing. And another way is we're thinking and looking into and trying to figure out is how one can integrate anonymously someone who is elder or not tech savvy or does not want to scan his face or give information, but he still
Yoni,
wants to. Yes.
What we would like to hear is, what actual progress has been made, has been progress. Has there been any progress in developing? What's the progress that has been done developing the platform, or if there's progress in trying out the platform on the ground?
So we've have significant progress in the platform. We need to test it out. That has not been yet tested. We don't have significant progress in the anonymous integration. And on the ground, we are working to establish a pilot. I have a meeting set with one of our communities that do distribution, weekly distribution, tomorrow. So I'm going to pitch it to them and maybe wish me luck. And hopefully they'll agree to try to overtake a pilot. Where in the pilot we're going to check if the participants are willing to participate. At the moment, we only have the way with GoodDollar. Again, the recommended way, but I believe that some elders and some people wouldn't want to participate. But I'll stay optimistic. And first of all, hopefully the community members that are doing the distribution will agree. We support food there weekly, fruits and vegetables. We pay for the transportation from one place to the other, or pay for the food that we give them to distribute. They also buy food to distribute. I think it's a good pilot case. They use many volunteers there. Maybe we could start with just the volunteers and then move to the recipients. Volunteers should be more younger people. Maybe they'll be more easy to integrate and more open to give information and scan their face. But we support there around 200 families every week. So I think it's a good pilot case. And that's where we're at. We built just now, maybe Agnes would update on that
Okay.
more on the tech side and stuff. So I'll give them mic to Agnes, and if anybody has any questions for me, I'm still here.
Yeah, time has already run out. But if you have questions for Yoni, what it is important what Hadar said. It is important for us to see the news or what was the progress in these past 2 weeks. So it would be good if we can go through milestones and see at what point you are reaching and accomplish them. But anyways,
yeah. So
that said,
it's it would be good for all of the projects to make sure that you have milestones set on Karma Gap, and maybe next meeting try to go over the milestones so we can see what has been accomplished. What are you planning for the future? It can also be milestones for the rest of the year, because we hope to have have another round, and this will be an important factor for us, going forward, specifically also with the third round.
Okay, so can I add something?
Sure.
So we have milestones. We have been doing a lot of progress in the past 2 weeks, and we have created the main challenges that we had when we were going to do beta testing is that people were having challenges onboarding to GoodDollar. So we did some research and created some detailed documentation on how to onboard to GoodDollar, and a detailed video I can share here on how to onboard to GoodDollar. This is one of the things I think which will be easier to bring people to GoodDollar and also to use our platform.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Agnes.
Yeah, make sure you add those things in Karma if you haven't yet, so we can keep it up. But that sounds great.
Okay.
Thank you, Agnes. Peter's Web3 certifier, if you want to go next, take over.
Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Next, please. Sorry.
Sorry?
I'll be happy if I can go next. I need to go to a meeting, a school meeting of my children. So I just need to, if it's okay.
After me, you mean, or now?
If you have time, it's okay. I can jump in.
Yeah, you were in line after, or you. Sorry, we can hear you very well.
Go ahead. I'll be after you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Tyler.
I think it's stuck. Okay, never mind. Go right now, and I will go next because my screen, I don't know what happened.
Okay, thank you. You hear me well?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So what we're doing in the progress, we're doing an education program, cross-border education, connecting children across the globe. With the progress that we did actually in the last few weeks is that we finalized some projects with schools and principals in different countries that they need to collaborate together. We also needed to finalize an NGO that can actually hold all of this program. And we also, so these are the major points of one side, and also more detailed progress on the side of how it's actually going to work on the side of the education and connecting education and on the side of the teachers and principals. So that's something that I do a lot of the working. And in the same time, I also, I think there was a big progress also, not I think, I know that's done, because a lot of time, the point is that we were asked a lot of times, okay, after the program is that connect the children cross-border, do projects together that help in the environment, in food, water, energy, and environment nexus. And if they succeed to do well, and they succeed to make collaboration, they get GoodDollar tokens. So that was the point, and how it's like a game to do it together. So then they asked all the time, what do we do with these GoodDollars? What do we do? What do we do with them? It was always a question that was coming up, like what do we do with it? Do I buy with it something? And I said, this is an important, really important point to address. Like, okay, I want to show people what's GoodDollar, but then what do they do with a GoodDollar? Okay, how do they actually go ahead and do the next step with a GoodDollar? And this is something that was now developed by Rashid and the team and Agnes. And also there was other good progress that was done, also testing the website that was developed, a website that is connecting, facilitating connecting the schools and the students together. So here you see on the right, I think Agnes is already showing the milestones that will be done. Agnes, you want to say it, or I'll go through them?
You can go through them.
Okay. So there was a beta testing of the website by other users from outside our community, so can actually really test it. Implementing other things in the program, in the website that was bugs, and fixing them. Meetings with NGOs, schools, principals, continue to develop the implementation of the program. And finally develop a detailed GoodDollar withdrawal research documentation and also a video connected to it. So actually when they get the students get something out of it, they actually can do something with it. So there's like actually a very nice detailed video that was done. And I think this is a very important progress that was done. And the future next steps is visual design improvements and consistency of the website, and continue with professional interface polish, make it more and more engagement. And also now I'm going to bring in actually schools teachers to go in and actually work with the website to test it up, to do the beta on the website and connect to each other, and test it with satisfaction with the teachers.
Thank you. So in addition to that, we have actually a good collective, which we have been, sorry. Okay, this is not working. Okay, so we have a good collective which we had created earlier on when we started this project, and some of our funds were going there so that they can help in supporting the students who are going to be participating on the project. Currently, we are very grateful for the people who have been supporting us, and we really appreciate your help, and we are looking forward to everyone supporting us. Yeah. Thank you.
Any
Okay,
questions?
thank you, Agnes.
I have actually a question, maybe to Ada or to the crowd here, if before in anybody here done work to facilitate and make a GoodDollar easier to be used by, let's say, common people outside of this this community, so they can actually to see how they actually get money out of it, or present it to younger children or to young adults. This work was been done before?
So we don't have a lot of time now, but I think that would be a good, maybe you can contact Mary and hear from Mary how other communities have used that in the past, or what kind of solution might be out there.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. And I think, Spiros, if you are ready now, you wanna go ahead?
Yeah, hopefully. Okay. Hello, I will present you a Web3 certifier, which is a blockchain-based learn-to-earn platform. The past 2 weeks, we improved accessibility by adding 2 faucets when users submit their answers and when they claim their certificate. To cover their gas bills, We improved the UX by making all pages visible, even to users that have not connected their wallet. Increased user acquisition potential by integrating engagement rewards, thanks to Hadar and Luis. We integrated Divi to unlock more funding opportunities. We made the Explore Exams page less error-prone by adding a show list instead of a high list, so that certifiers can choose which exams they want to be shown. We invested some time in restructuring the repository to remove unused and duplicate dependencies, and talked to a potential certifier which seems interested, and they will discuss it with their team and get back to me. Here are the faucets to sponsor the gas. Here is the first transactions with the engagement rewards. And the future milestones are, we want to add a way for certifiers to define extra eligibility criteria to get rewarded, except from passing the exam. The goal is to make learning more interactive by adding conditions like staking or interacting with another protocol or smart contract. For example, users that pass the exam may also be required to stake $1 in GoodDollar tokens, execute a swap, or own a specific NFT. We also want to improve the UI to highlight the engagement reward and provide links to inviters. We want to improve the UI to show more customized messages to unconnected users. I want to establish more partnerships with organizers that want to do marketing or incentivize learning. To create a tutorial on how to use Web3 Certifier, and to store the exam creation data to local storage so that the data are not lost when page reloads. And some future milestones. And finally, we will fund 50% of the total rewards amount up to 500,000 GoodDollar tokens for the first exam creation of any project for the first 10 projects that create an exam. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions.
Anyone? Pretty clear, pretty quick. Okay, then who's next? I think Emily, you're next in line. Do you want to go ahead and present?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, all yours.
All right, GM. Okay, so in case you're meeting me for the first time, I'm Emiri Udogu, and we are building Esusu where we save as a community and then grow as one. So we are solving issues around inflation, devaluation of currencies fiat currencies, and then also the decline in the savings culture among users all over the world, especially in Africa. So that is why we are building 3 products in one solution, which is a time lock savings, a community savings, and a biz payment platform. So the plan is to refer 1,000 users to GoodDollar this period, and also to reward users who save on our site using constant flow agreement via Superfluid. And then we were planning to integrate the engagement SDK, but that did not work out as planned because of some S-Link type issues that we saw in the SDK. So it took us more time. And what actually consumed most of our time over the past 2 weeks was to integrate ThoughtWeb SDK. The reason for this is because we are trying to like onboard much more users by connecting to more communities. We see the more products, the more apps are using GoodDollar to reward their users, the more there is this need for the users to know what to do with their GoodDollar. And so the only way to bring them in is to have a seamless onboarding process. And that is why we integrated ThoughtWeb, so that users have option of using social logins, and they can log in, and then beyond logging in also, there is this ability to manage their tokens and their assets. So when they log in with Third Web now on Esusu, they can see all of their tokens within within the Esusu platform. So here you see Celo being represented. Over time, you see other tokens like now you see GoodDollar. So the idea is you can receive your GoodDollar from by copying your address on Esusu and then send maybe from the Good Wallet. And then when you get to Esusu, you can use your GoodDollar to purchase utilities. So recently we tried connecting to a community and then they prompted us that we need to add more support to other countries. So beyond these 4 countries, over time, we're going to be adding other countries. Our API providers has already assured us that any country wants to connect around the world, we can actually integrate. So that is where we are currently in this round. Over the past 14 days, 318 claims has been seen. And then thanks to other connected us to Sherlock audit, and we are also in talks on auditing our smart contracts to enable the savings feature to be properly integrated into the solution. So for now, what we have on the platform functioning fully is the bills payment, and I believe a whole bunch of communities will also want to work with us so that they can bring in their community, which they are rewarding with GoodDollar, to come and spend their GoodDollar by paying for utility via Esusu. And that is where we are currently. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Emery. My comment is, when you're saying you met a community, they ask for more countries. You know, maybe you should first try and focus on one country. I'm sure that, you know, I'm not necessarily sure if you have currently, if you have, I don't know, a few hundred users. I don't think that you will have a problem finding more users in one specific country and integrating more country. I don't know how difficult that is. So I would suggest first on bringing users and making them stay and making them like your app, and then think about scaling it to more countries. So that's my first comment. And the second comment is, if you have technical difficulties, then, you know, let us know. Let us know, especially if it's with our SDKs, but also if you have any other difficulties, then, you know, reach out to me or to Luis, and
yeah,
also probably Proof of Ship. They can also help. Yeah, we want you to be, you know, we want to help you solve any technical difficulties that that you might have.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
Any other comment on Esusu? If not, Paul, you are next in line. You're ready to present?
Yes. Hi, Marta.
Morning.
Hi, Hadar. Good
Hello.
morning. Good to see you guys. Yeah, we have made a lot of progress the last couple of weeks. So I have a few different demos to show you guys. The first is the GoodDollar integration. So this is in staging right now. We're doing our last checks before pushing this to production. So this is on Arbitrum Sepolia. And as a refresher, Gardens is modular governance. And so any community can have any number of governance pools, and they can either be connected to funding, or they can just be signaling pools. And each of those pools can have different voting weight systems, different voting weight protections, and all the parameters can be customized to whatever decision that you're making in that specific pool. So this is a pool that we set up that uses GoodDollar Celo resistance. And so this is the first use of this in a Gardens governance pool. And I can show you what that looks like first by connecting from a wallet that isn't yet GoodDollar certified. So this wallet has joined the community and wants to activate governance in this pool. And it's going to walk me through verifying that I'm a unique person on GoodDollar, and that will take me to the face verification on GoodDollar's site here. And then this is going to fail because I have a GoodDollar I'm GoodDollar verified with another wallet. So this will give a no, you're not unique failure. But you guys might all be familiar with this.
Yeah, way too familiar with that.
And it was kind of nice to see that it knows that I'm not unique. Like you have a twin.
This is some kind of other issue. Maybe you're
it looks like I can't do this while I'm
you're
simultaneously screen sharing.
Yeah.
But it would have failed, and then it would have said you need to get another account that's GoodDollar verified. So now I'll connect with my account that is GoodDollar verified, and I've already activated my governance. So it's already active in this pool. But if I deactivate here, then you can see how that process works if you're already GoodDollar verified, or if you do the face scan and it goes through okay. So yeah, this is how Civil Resistance works now for pools where you set up GoodDollar, and this is a really nice bonus. And I think a lot of communities are going to be pretty excited to have this option. Previously, we only had Gitcoin Passport, and there's a lot of complaints that that's not very Web 2 friendly, and it takes a lot of work and time to get enough points to reach the Gitcoin Passport standard. So for people who especially are new to Web3, this is like way quicker, way easier, and yeah, our developers appreciated that there's security, and that the data itself is cryptographically secure.
Exciting.
Yeah, I can pause here, or if you guys want to see the other two features that we released in the last couple of weeks, I can run through those real quick.
Continue.
Also.
Yeah, just go through everything.
We still have a couple of minutes left.
Sounds good. So I will quickly show another staging environment. So this is dark mode. This should also go live either today or tomorrow, but you can now toggle between day mode and night mode. That was a complaint that a lot of users were giving us, that they wanted dark mode. And then I can go to the live site and show a much improved markdown editor that we have for writing covenants and creating pool descriptions and creating proposal descriptions. That was another pain point for users, was the markdown editor wasn't what you see is what you get. And now when you create a proposal, this markdown editor shows you exactly what you're going to see. So it's anyone who was familiar with the old markdown editor, this is a huge improvement on that. Also being able to upload images directly before you had to add a link to an image that you uploaded somewhere else on the internet. So it's slowly graduating to a real app ready for mainstream adoption, one by one, as we get through each of the minor issues that there are to go through. And yeah, that's it for us.
Time's running out. Any questions? Okay, if not, we're gonna continue with sovereignties. Olise, if you wanna go next, you're ready to present.
Yes, I thought it's the other one, but if it's me, thank you. Let me just share. Good. Present now. Okay. Sorry, it's all weird. You can now see my screen.
Yeah.
Still white. I'm going to share this just to
white.
So for those who are new to Subsys, those who have been old, you may have seen this, so it could like issues. Subsys is like project. It's like a project management. It's a campaign management platform, and I guess all of you know it, but I can just give a sneak preview. We have been talking to people, and yeah, as we have been growing, we have ran about 7 campaigns now, and each campaign we get feedback and we come back better. But I'll just go into the milestones for this. So I just share a sneak peek of this. It's something that we are going better. So this is how the new interface will be looking like. And we are now under theme that running a funding campaign doesn't get better than this. Like really, we need to make it better. If you are, and this is a sneak peek, you can go and it's still in development. But for this funding round, as usual, I'll just share my camera gap. I guess that should be the thing. And so the milestones I had 4 milestones. Previously there were 3 because like the system has been complex. I have other milestones to finish, but I added the 4th one for the engagement pool. And then the completed one is 1 where I made contracts that interact with the pool for the Subsys bridge. It's linked there on GitHub, but then but then I got an issue with like the front end integration with it. So I found there's no way to undo a milestone and add another one. So it's like 80% done. Then the pending ones are 3. There's a mainnet launching and testing where we shall run a GoodDollar campaign possibly next month. I see it's September 14th, but by this, if it's done and we test, we shall run a campaign start of October and then go for like after the round, we shall use some of the money we have got. Then I added this one of integrating the engagement SDK and then the pool SDK integration. There's like here, we did the pools, but now we need to integrate it in the front end. The contracts, the first milestone was for the contract, then this one was for the pool. And I should have been posting some. It may not have, I don't know what goes here, but I have been doing like how the milestone is done, the 50%, the what. And for those who usually follow the GitHub, I usually like document everything. The contracts, if you have been following the V2, you have seen, I think the GitHub should be like green. I've been like doing work, testing, much testing. I think the contracts should be here in the packages. And then we used the Celo Composer, the first package long time when we were starting, and it's still the one. So the deployments of Fajoles, the contracts, I guess, yeah, the bridge is like in another version, but we have been testing. We did the version 2 contracts which allow migration such that we can always, like when we have a pool, we can track it and communicate with them. And I've been trying to migrate the data for the last 4 days to make sure that the data which is on version 4 moves to version 5, and then it will allow me to do more integrations and more and more and more. And yeah, I just guess more work has been developing and not doing work. Sorry, developing and getting hurdles and continuing and doing work. But I guess that is it, and I can stop sharing and wait for questions.
Yeah, what is the last the milestone about pool integration? I'm not sure that I understood what you planned there. What is it?
We are using this other we are using the GoodDollar, the direct payments pool. I had a meeting with Mr. Ruiz, the direct payments pool, whereby now if you create a campaign, we want to be able to automatically create for it a pool. such that people can put the money into the pool, those who are donating. Instead, if someone doesn't want to vote, they can just donate the money to the pool, and at the end of the pool, or if you can even create a reward. Let's assume you want to do a campaign of $100, you just convert them to G's and then put them in the pool, and the distribution is automatic. That's the main thing we really want, and it has been something because pools have just been getting money out of voting, and we really now want them to be able to get money out of that. And we want to run a test campaign after the funding immediately using the projects that have been in this round to see, and hopefully we wish it will work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. And I think last one would be Vladimir.
Yes, hi. God bless you. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I'm sorry that I cannot present much advance in the interface, but we advance in the backend, both backends, the backend that goes in the phone and the backend, the coordinator backend. And I also am advancing with the team that is going to operate, to help to operate the backend of the phone here in Freetown. I'm in Freetown in Sierra Leone. So, well, for the people who is new, Stable SL is a platform to buy and sell crypto easily in Sierra Leone with a mobile money application here that is called Orange Money. So we have been developing a platform that does this automatically without needing people to help. But anyway, when something doesn't work, human intervention is required. So I want to introduce two friends who are here and who wants to help in operating the backend and also presenting the platform and GoodDollar to new users here in Sierra Leone. This is my friend Isatu.
Hello. Hello, I'm Isatu Mansari.
And my friend Alusin.
Hello, I'm Alusain from Sierra Leone.
Okay, yes, we are in Freetown, and well, thanks to God, we could meet because here everything is challenging. But so in Karma Gap, I already wrote the little advance in the little little because you cannot see in the code that is public, but it has been a lot of effort to advance in the backend, and we have there is a new backend release. The binaries are there in the GitHub repository. It's an APK for the Android phone that works as gateway, and we are also advancing on that here because it's not so simple. A simple account is difficult to operate, so we are trying to use something called American account, things like that, and we are solving that here with people here and with the Orange directly in the Orange Money offices. So we are on that process now, and I just wanted to give you this update from here, and thank you. If you have questions, we are open to answer. Not sure if there's connection. There's connection.
I think no, I don't think there's any questions. I think we lost Marta, who was moderating this. I don't know if there's anyone left to present though. I think you were the last one from what I see. So thanks for presenting. Yeah, I don't know. Like we're almost on the time. I think everybody who was supposed to present already did. But if there's anyone who has like a question, now like outside of like anything, like now is the time. Or if not, we're gonna be wrapping up this call. Yeah, we could hear you, Vladimir, when you were like talking.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So I think that's it. Thank you everybody who presented, and we'll see you in like 2 weeks. Remember that now the new Evo it's open, so make sure to go to Flow State to cast your votes, and also incentivize your community to do the same and support you as well. And see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Okay,
Bye,
thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.